Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Welcome to today's live bulletin about Joomla. Hot on the heels of yesterday's Maintenance Monday live stream. And the big news today is that I need to turn my speaker down here. That's one big news today.
Hey there, Joomla fans.
Where is that sound coming from? All right, sorry about that. The big news today is that Joomla 3.8.3 bug release is out. And so let's head on over and talk about that. And we'll take a look at the screen. And also, when I was put the teaser out there about the live stream starting about half an hour, I asked the question, which country, excuse me, which country is it where it's illegal to not update your Joomla site? And I'll leave that with you a sec. We'll answer it towards at the end. So 3.8.3 bug fix release is out. It fixes 61 bugs that have been fixed since 3.8.2 was released, and that is that's good, especially if those are bugs that were bugging you, and that is good. So let's take a look at that. Now, before we do, I just want to mention there's been some good discussions going on inside the Joomla forum, the Joomla group on Facebook. And if you look for Joomla No Spam, apply to join that group, and you can join thousands, tens of thousands. 175,000. No, where's that number? Well, you can find out the number. I think it's 10 or 20,000 that are in there or more. And interesting discussion was that's been taking place was posted by Hetty Garrett's, hopefully I pronounced her name right, and she's a web designer. She has a question. The problem is that a lot of her clients don't want to update Joomla, and she asked, there's a really good discussion going on in there, and if you read ahead, you'll see which country it is that it's against the law to not update your Joomla site in. But let's take a look at two ways to update and install Joomla to this latest version. So if you are new to Joomla or new to the channel, then you'll see this. We'll look at the core method and then also another method afterwards. All right. So the first method is to use the update system that's right inside the core of Joomla. And when you log onto your Joomla site, you'll get a notification that there is an update available, or maybe you'll go to Components and Joomla Update, and you'll be told there that there is an update available. Now, before you do this, remember, back up your site, and put a card and a link in the description below how you can use a Kiba backup. It's a free extension. It's the best extension, best way to be backing up your Joomla site. So make sure you do that, because anything can happen at any time, especially if this update for you is a jump, not just from 3.8.2, but you're coming up from 3.7 or 3.6 or even older. Always back up when you're going to update your Joomla site. So basically, we would click on Update Now, because I have backed up this site. This is the basic Joomla.com site. And we're just going to click Install the Update. And while that begins to do its little bit of churning away and works its way through my tired hard drive with all this streaming happening that's going on, it will zoom across and it will put in that update. And we get that green line. Pretty soon it's going to be done. And it shows the version has been updated. Now I'm going to clean the cache. I use this button here, Regular Labs Cache Cleaner. It's a plugin that I have installed. It's a free one. You should check that out. And then I'm going to preview that page. Make sure that everything is working. And lo and behold, it is working. Now listen, while we're here, remember every month we have a giveaway to for a membership to manage one site. Hello, Rick. To manage one site on myjoomla.com for 1 year. Head on over and check that out and enter that giveaway. And there's always pretty good odds that you're going to win that. Oh, yeah, Bricks for Wheels. I'll tell you soon. I'll tell you soon where it's illegal not to update. Anyways, because myjoomla.com is a great way to manage your websites, and that's the second method I'm going to show you how to update your site. So let's go to myjoomla.com, and we will see. I have a list of all the. I have about 40. What I've got 36 sites that I'm maintaining right now, 88 Keys by the Sea is my wife's piano teaching site. And normally I back this one up in the tutorials from the back end and the core, but I've broken something on there and it's not working. So I'm going to use myjoomla.com. And as you'll see here, it tells us that Joomla needs upgrading. So I'm just going to click upgrade now. Great thing about myjoomla.com is there's lots of information. And then for learning about Joomla or guiding you through the steps of updating. So read everything that Phil Taylor has on there. I'm going to click and confirm. I get mostly greens here, except that the last audit on this site was 26 days ago, but I'm not so worried about this site, so I won't run one now. We don't want to watch that live. But I will click down here on start an upgrade of my site to Joomla 3.8.3, and that will proceed. All right, so while that's taking its time to go across, it shouldn't take much longer than doing the core method. I'll go back to the forum here, and we will see in this post here by Elisa Fulton that she said this in that discussion about updating Joomla sites. Luckily in Germany, you have a law that says that you have to keep your stuff up to date to make sure that people access your site, expect a secure environment. And with the law argument, you win always. And then she quotes it there, and then the translation is, with the introduction of the IT security law, website operators must take technical and organizational actions according to the state of the art in order to prevent both unauthorized access to their technical facilities and data and disruptions. So the answer is, according to Lisa Fulton inside that form, is that in Germany, there's an IT security law that says you've got to keep your websites updated. Now, I think that that is brilliant. Because there's lots of people who they don't want to spend the time or the money to pay someone to maintain their site, and they figure, well, nothing's going to happen. Who's going to bother my site? But let me tell you, it can create a real problem. One of the biggest problems is if your site gets hacked or is compromised and starts sending out spam, your IP gets blocked, and then Google it's just a real mess. So in Germany, they have a law that says you have to keep your stuff up to date, and I think that that is great. Now listen, let's go back here. The upgrade is complete, and so Phil always recommends click here to visit your site and to test it, and we'll see if it works. And it does work. So there's two methods that you can update your Joomla site with, Joomla to 3.8.3 in the core, or get a membership with myjoomla.com. And remember, if you're in Germany, it's not only just a good idea to update your site, but apparently it's the law. So that is basically what we'll look at today. Thanks for your support for this channel. Appreciate that very much. Let's head on over, bring up the chat here. And if you're watching live, give this video a thumbs up. And leave a comment below. Well, I guess you're already leaving comments live. You have to wait till it's processed. But if you're watching this as a recording and you haven't subscribed yet, that would be great. Please click the subscribe button in the bottom corner of the screen. Oh my goodness. It's one of these corners. And then, and if you want to like and leave a comment, that would be great. Especially if there's any tutorials that you want to see or want me to make. I'd be happy to undertake that or to consider that. Finally, hey, a shout out to Gage Talley. His boss threw him in the deep end of the water and said, here, you maintain this site now. So he's learning Joomla on the hurry up and figure it out learning curve. I was talking to him yesterday and doing some remote support with him too to show him a few things. So Gage, I hope things are going well, and I hope that you had a good day today with that other thing that we were talking about yesterday. So before I head to the chat here, I will simply just sign off, and glad again that you could watch this. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. Yeah, Corey, it's it's not it looks like it's, I wouldn't think they have a specific law just for Joomla, of course. But in Germany, it looks like they have a law that says you have to update your software and take care of your information technology stuff, so that people who are visiting have a reasonable expectation of a reasonable expectation of security when they are visiting your site, which I guess goes really well with a lot of aspects of business, because when we go to a restaurant, we have an expectation of safety as far as that they're following fire code and food cooking code and all sorts of other things. And anywhere that we go to do a gas station, that they're following the law. And if in the case of you two who are driver trainers, that you're going to do things properly and not smack them around, or you're not, and the car you're training them in is going to be safe. So it makes perfect sense that the onus should be on people who own websites or servers or their tech stuff to make every reasonable effort in order to not jeopardize the security of those visiting. And Rick says, I know somebody else that got thrown in the deep end by Pastor Yoda. Yeah, well, yes, I guess I don't know how much I threw you in the deep end, but I guess some of the ideas I come up with sort of throws you in the deep end. But then again, Rick goes and breaks stuff and throws me in the deep end, so I have to try to find what an error message means. Though technically, a lot of times he hasn't broken it. It's just something that's not working from an update. So Corey, do you have... Hey, Jonathan. Hello back from the left coast of Canada. Thanks for tuning in here. What part of the UK are you from, Jonathan? And so, Corey, I was just wondering, do you have a website? And because it's cool for you to show up here. So, and I appreciate fun. Hey, look, it's a guest appearance by my wife. Who is going upstairs to teach a piano student gets here. So we might get some music in a couple minutes. It almost sounds like a snowplow out there, but it's actually someone was cutting their lawn out there today earlier. Sitting here patiently. Bedfordshire, 30 miles from London. Okay, that's great. Hey, Jonathan, I'm going to type my address here in chat. I'd love to have a look at your Joomla site, see what you're doing, see what you're up to. Let's put that in there. You can't post URLs in chat, otherwise I'd have you do that. But drop me an email. Yes, I just got photobombed. Yeah, Jonathan, shoot me an email with a link to your Joomla site. I'd love to see it. And Rick, yes, I just got photobombed. Actually, Susan, my wife, just got home from out doing something and went and said, I'm going live in 4 minutes. She said, well, you know that I teach at 3:45, so I may get up and close the door, but you'll hear that in the background. Yeah, if there's money transactions on the website, yeah, there really does need to be that security update. But I guess there's also the compromise of your email address, because if a hacker were to get a hold of the email addresses of people that have subscribed to your site, Hagel TV, good to see you, man. If the hacker got a hold of the email addresses of people who have registered on your site, that lets them know that those are legit emails that they could try to send from or as a reply address, especially if they start sending to other emails that may be related. So if it's a site where it's a couple of people that know each other, they might be more likely to open up an infected email seeing it coming from an address that they know. And I guess it's just sort of how many degrees of separation there are from all the users. So yeah, there's lots of hassles that could take place with that too. Okay, so Rick asked, what is my opinion of Moodle? So Moodle is a software, it's open source software, like Joomla is, but it is used by universities and schools and businesses to sell courses. So if you go to smartdrivetest.com, you can check out Rick's site there, and you can get some excellent videos and tips and training if you're preparing to take a driver's test for your car, or for a CDL, commercial driver's license, or if you even want to just keep up to date on your driving skill. And so at Rick's site, it's a Joomla site, but then the courses are in Moodle, and there's a bridge between Joomla and Moodle, so that if you buy through the Joomla site, then you're activated and have access to the Moodle site. And I think that Moodle is excellent. Because it's got it's got tons of features in there I don't even understand when I look at I don't even understand when I look at how to set up a test or a course, or how many retries you're allowing people to have, or stuff like that. But I think Moodle's really good. The downside of Moodle is because it's being designed and put together by academics, it's really hard to have a business approach to it. So for instance, you can pay a course, but there's just one price for the course. And if you wanted to give someone a coupon to get percentages off of courses, then you need a special module. And there was a module for that, but it kept breaking, and I couldn't get a hold of the programmer who was overseas. And so it was just too tenuous. It was just something too far out of my control to really want to put into a client site. So that's why it's great with Joomla, and on Rick's site he uses Virtumart, so you can create a coupon, which was broken last night, but we fixed it, and then it's a lot. So Joomla sort of takes care of that business side that Moodle doesn't have, because they're looking just at conducting courses for a university, for a school, and no one gets lost my whole train of thought there, and I was reading a comment that just popped up on the screen. Moodle is there, great for universities, great for schools, but nobody's really thinking about making money as a business out of it. And also, I will say that the user interface for changing the pages is nothing like what you see is what you get. User friendliness of Joomla. So, Bricks for Wheels, Corey. Personally, don't have a website, but you're beginning to learn Joomla to be of help. Great. That is excellent. Yeah, those are great skills to have. Just like that fellow yesterday, Gage Talley, he had no experience and was updating his site in GoDaddy. GoDaddy, and it was crashing. He was getting the white screen of death, and yeah. All right, so so yeah, that's great skills to pick up. Hadjo TV, the wrench. Where do you get the icons from? You probably copied and pasted that. I get those from, let me just see if I can bring this up on my YouTube page here. If I can, I'll switch screens over. Let's go to Creator Studio, and let's go to that. We bring up the video list. Video Manager, and if I edit the video from yesterday, if I just remember, because I put that in a long time ago, I just cut and paste. Okay, I remember. All right, let me change screens here. I think that's the one I want there. Hopefully you can see this. So this is the live stream from yesterday. And in my title area, up here, we've got this smiley face that's there. If I click that, I get the option of some icons here. And as you scroll down, you just get into more and more. So I looked for a wrench. And I'm not sure if this is something that comes with YouTube, and maybe Rick could tell me. But or else this is something from either TubeBuddy or what's the other one that I use on here? vidIQ. So those are two plugins that you can put in to look at stuff on YouTube when you're viewing things. TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy, and also vidIQ. Let me go to TubeBuddy here and sign in, because I might actually be able to give you a referral link if you want to check out TubeBuddy. Basic Joomla tutorials, support Tim, support Gen report, community member perks, affiliate dashboard. There we go. I'm going to take this, paste that into chat there. So yeah, check out TubeBuddy. It shows you some really cool stuff when you're on YouTube. And also vidIQ is another one. So I don't know if those are add-ons, but here's this little smiley face over here again. And it gives you, oh no, there we go, TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy gives you, I think you probably get this with the free version of TubeBuddy. But it's TubeBuddy that will give you access to these icons. And then, yeah, they're really, really nice just to put something in there. So I kind of went looking for, here's recently used the wrench, or I think I'm using Maintenance Mondays. I'm using the hammer and the wrench. And then I think live bulletins, I forget what I'm using on live bulletins. Yeah, so check that out. Yeah, TubeBuddy is awesome. The other nice thing about TubeBuddy is it really lets you skip to things. So if I want to put, for instance, end cards on this video, I can just go up to this TubeBuddy shortcut. I can go to end screens, and I can apply a template to this video, or I can make copy. There's just all kinds of shortcuts. So TubeBuddy is really, really awesome. Yeah, so I'm glad that that helped. And I actually think too that that's not just a YouTube thing. I think that those are codes that you can use right in HTML, and I think you can probably use it on Joomla. I'll write that down. Icons. I bet you there's a way. That would be a good tutorial. I'll check that out. Yeah, so thanks for asking about that. I heard a bing bong on my phone, so let me just check over here to my Gmail and see if that was Jonathan. Oh, okay, and Jonathan sent me a link, but he wants to keep it private, so that is cool. It's funny, the last person that I asked to send me a link, he says, oh, this is not very good. I haven't been working on it. So I think I probably have a number of sites where I feel that way as well, where it's like, well, here I am supposed to be making web pages for people, and I have a channel, and I hope nobody ever finds out that this is my website. So yeah, that's great. All right, well, I think that probably going to wrap it up for chat. I'm going to wait like 20 or 30 seconds just to see if there's anything else coming through. But this has been great, and I can actually go and get cracking on updating the other sites to Joomla. It's really to the latest version of Joomla. It's nice using Phil Taylor's site, myjoomla.com, because I can right-click and open up each site, and then I just go start the update, start the update, start the update as I work through all the tabs, and then just keep working and cycling through them. And before you know it, everything is updated super, super quick. And that is great. I like that. Thank you, Rick. God bless you too. Thanks for tuning in. And how would you suggest start learning Joomla? I would probably, I don't think I have enough videos on the channel right now to just go from oldest videos to newest. I think probably the first thing that I would recommend is what I always do is just get a Joomla site, get it installed, and contact me in real life, and I can probably set up something for you to hack around in and look. Jonathan, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy the tutorials. I really appreciate that comment, and thanks for being part of the channel. That's awesome. If yeah, thank you very much. And you've updated all your pages already. No trouble at all. That's great. Excellent. Yeah, TubeBuddy is super fast, Hadjo. So Corey, to get back to what you're saying, I would just get a Joomla install somewhere. And actually, if you go to, you can get a free one. They almost have like a, let's see. Okay, here we go. Go to www.joomla.com. Let's transition to this full screen as well here. Go to www.joomla.com and then put in a subname of whatever you would want your Joomla site to be. So in your case, you know, we could go with the Bricks for Wheels. I won't enter this, don't worry. bricksforwheels.joomla.com. That would be your address. Put in your email address and a password that you're going to use, and then just launch your website, and that will give you a basic site that you can go in and start looking at how to add menus and do stuff with articles and just all the things that are in there. It will limit you as to what you could add for other extensions, but that's okay. Just get used to what changes and how to put in pictures and just get going. And then when you find that holding you back, then you want to get to have a Joomla site that is installed so that on a server or on its own hosting account or someone else's hosting account. And then what you can do is start to do those more aggressive things with it. And yeah, so by all means, Corey, if you want to get hooked up for that at that point after you've exhausted this, then you know who to contact. And the other thing too is I would say that one of the biggest tips or the best tips to learn either designing a web page or anything tech is to make sure you're doing something that you're passionate about too as you're playing around with it. So if you've got a photography site or you're like trains or dogs or whatever it is, something that will motivate you when the going gets tough. So or you start slog through trying to figure things out, because the reward will be not just that you've learned something, but you've actually accomplished something in an area that you're really interested in. But yeah, go to myjoomla.com and check that out and give that a start as well. Good question. You guys hear music in the background? I think the door is closed because it's getting warm in here. And Rick likes it warm. When Rick visits, man, that guy, he just has to close the door and turn the fireplace up super high, and it's unbelievable. Unbelievable how hot he likes it. Not. All right, guys, let's transition back here. Alrighty. So, it's been great chatting. Thanks for taking part. Thanks for dropping in. And again, can you add optimization? Yes, Cache, gzip, and any plugins that I use. Let's see. I wonder. Let me just double check on the channel here. Videos. Yeah, okay. I don't have a video on that. So basically, yes, Jonathan, I will show you what I do for a few optimizing things. I do think that I have a couple of things. If you go through the different maintenance Mondays, there are some tips on speeding that will speed up Joomla there. So check those out because those have good tips. But definitely I will make a note for that on Jotcache. Because that would be a great addition to the channel. And I do use Jotcache, and it does super speed up the site as well. So that would be good. Yes, I'll do that, Jonathan. All right. Excellent. Well, the chat just keeps going. It's the Christmas miracle. The gift that just keeps on giving. You're welcome, Corey. Great. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and thanks again for watching. And as always, enjoy your Joomla sites, especially when you get one. And God bless.